All right, in this video, we are going to talk through how to take your simple house project and turn it into a renovated home. What we're going to be looking at is changing that particular drawing that you've made to learn Revit into this floor plan that you see on the screen. So some things that you're going to need to work through and understand as you do this is what is on this drawing that we are going to keep, and then what is on this drawing that we are going to change or set off to the wayside, okay? So in looking at this particular drawing, some of the things I'm looking at are the overall sizes. And here, this is 32 feet 8 inches down here at the bottom of the screen. And when I can actually then start drawing on this for you guys. So here's 32 feet 8 inches, all right, by 8 feet. So it's 8 feet in this direction, 32 feet 8 inches in this direction. Well, that's going to be roughly the width of the house, okay? That I know I need to change. Then I'm looking to see, well, what's the depth of the house? From this side here all the way back to this side, it's going to change, okay? So we need to look over here and say, well, here, let's look at some sizes. We got 4 by 6. Well, this is probably 6 feet in this direction. And then this room is probably 14 feet 2 inches in this direction. And then this is probably, this is your 6'4" in this direction, okay? Plus, those are inside dimensions you got to think about, all right? So that's from the inside wall to the inside wall. Then we got space here for your stud. We got space here. And then we got thickness of this stud wall and this stud wall, okay? So when we add all this stuff up, we're going to have to give a little bit of an allowance, okay, for those additional walls. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this all together. We got 6, 12, space. Let's go 27 feet, okay? I'm going with 27 feet from outside corner to outside corner here, okay? So that's going to give me some space to then start working with my additional walls. So I'm going to try to set the outside. So here we got 32 feet 8. We'll go with 27 here. I jump back into my Revit, and I select this wall. That's the wall I'm going to move first. Over here, my dimensions pop up, and I'm going to say, well, I got 2 dimensions floating around here. I'll bounce that to the outside. I'll bounce this to the outside. There's my 20'6". This is going to become 27 feet. All right, so I push that wall down. Done. Here he says highlighted walls attached to but missed the highlighted targets. That's fine. That's probably something to do with the floor. Not a problem. Now I want to push this wall out. This should become that 32 feet, 32 8 inches, and that pushes that wall over. Okay, again, detach the target. That's fine because we're messing and changing everything. So with this setup, all right, I can see here I got this little elevation thing kind of hiding out here. I don't want that in my drawing, so I'll highlight it, stick it over here, move that out. Now, the next thing is let's start thinking about adding some interior walls because we kind of have a rough shape here. So I jump back out here and say we got some interior walls down here. Probably like to start down here in the corner. I want to avoid this at this point because I'll end up working this a little bit when I kind of work up and around the drawing. All right. But let's start thinking about these interior walls here. All right. So our interior walls, all right, this is going to become a 2x4 wall. 2x4, 2x4, all 2x4s. No other layers necessary. Okay. No other layers necessary. Just a 2x4 wall. So when I jump back in here to my drawing, I'm going to pull down my wall tool. I'm going to pull down my walls, and I'm going to take a look and see, well, do I have a 2x4 wall? Well, no, because I haven't built it yet. All right, I have an exterior 2x4 with vinyl siding. So what I could do is select the wall, 2x4 vinyl siding, edit the type, duplicate the wall, and now I'm going to call it interior 2x4, and then delete the rest of this name here because it's just a 2x4, and I'll call it stud because it's an interior 2x4 stud wall. Hit OK. Edit the type, and then here, I don't need this vinyl siding, delete. I don't need OSB, delete. I don't need the finish, delete. And now we're looking at this stud. This is a 2x4 stud, R13 batt insulation. All right, so that's the information that I'm looking at. I'm just going to look at my material here and say that for my interior stud walls, okay, I can keep this batt insulation on here because I might want this room to be quieter especially with a small house. You can leave the insulation in the walls because if you want the house to be quiet and sound not travel through walls, insulating your walls is a good idea. So we'll leave that. The thing that I will tell you, all right, and one of the things that I do when I work on drawings, and I like to do this, is I'm going to capitalize all of my notes in my descriptive information. Because when I tag my drawings, I want all of my tags to be capitalized. So I'm just going to make sure that it says what I want it to say here. Delete the information here. And then I'm going to come down and hit OK. All right. With that set up, that's in place. I have a 3.5 inch thick stud. Hit OK. I'm going to hit OK again. And now I'm ready to draw. And when I'm creating this section right here, all right, I know that this closet's like 8'8" in this direction. Then I got HVAC closet, got a closet. I don't know how big those are yet. So I'm going to rough all this in. I'm just going to then set this up so I'm drawing with my core face exterior, level 1, level 2, my top and bottom constraint. I'm going to click, 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 and I am roughing in the walls. All right, I am just going to rough these things in because this is the rough shape of what I need here. Okay, I'm not worried about sizing yet. What I'll do is now I'll come back, I grab my dimension tool, and I'm going to go ahead and then, whoop, here's something I just noticed. Notice that this wall does not have drywall. This wall has drywall. There's a 1/2 inch piece of drywall on this wall. Well, when you're working with architectural drawings, you do not show the drywall. So what we'll do is I'm going to select the wall, edit that exterior wall, edit the type, select number 6 here, that's my gypsum wallboard, and I'm deleting it. Hit OK. Let it update, let it update, let it update. There we go. And they're gone. Now, I can pull dimensions from stud face to stud face inside my drawing. So we'll go stud face to stud face, and that's 6, 7 1/4. We'll go stud face to stud face, drop that in position. And I'm really just kind of dropping these here so I can see where the dimensions are showing up and where they're going to be. Go ahead, put it there. And now I'm going to go back and just change the walls. So we'll jump back into this drawing, take a peek, and see that this is 810, 6'4". So we'll then come here, and I'm going to click on this wall. This one should be 810. So there's 8. Come over here. 10. Enter. Pushes that over. This one should be 6'4". So we'll just type in 6 feet 4 inches. Hit Enter. And now that's been moved into position. All right. When you guys are starting to think about setting up doors and adding these doors into your particular project, all right, when you are in the position to do that, you can use the standard Revit doors, okay? You can go in, you can load family, and you can pick through Revit doors and do that. I've given you an option to load some additional commercially used doors and windows. The file is available on the TechEd server. You can go ahead and open that, download that from the TechEd server, and then when it opens up, it looks like a blank file. It looks like there's nothing in here. Okay, you have to pay attention to the name up here at the top of the screen where this says Snyder's for GAHS, new project start, and then a date. All right, as this gets updated, that date changes. But what I want you to see over here in the project browser area, when I slide down and I open up this family in the project browser, you will see a tremendous amount of doors. There is, oh gosh, I couldn't even count all the doors that are in here. But there's a ton of doors that we use commercially when we're doing drawings. So I want to get this interior single door frame because it also has trim on it. What I would do is then just highlight these doors by holding down Shift and clicking on those. I do a Control C. Then I go to the drawing where I want to put them. So this is the drawing where I want to put them. Because if I go into these families and I look at doors, here, I only have 3 doors in here right now. I'm going to do a Control V. And now I've got all of those doors that I just copied. they are now options for me to place into my closets. So as I'm thinking about sizes of these closets, I'm going to want to probably have these be the same size. I want to have a door in here that's going to be a good sized door, but not too big. And I can pull that door from here. Let's say we'll do a 2.8. And we'll drop that 2.8 in here like this. And I can see, oh, that 2.8 is probably going to be too big. All right, so let's go back and we'll make this a 2.6. All right, and then that 2.6, I'm going to want to center in this area. All right, so we'll grab my door, or grab my dimension tool. I'll grab the center of the door, grab the outside of the door, and then I hit this equal button, and it centers it in the opening. I'll do that same thing again, where I grab the wall, I grab the center of the door, I grab the wall, and I pull out and drop it and hit equal, and it centers it in the opening. Here I can see 2.6 is really tight also. So I'll go ahead and I will change both of these to be a 2'4", and it stays centered. Here we've got a nice amount of space on either side of the door. They're centered. The thing that I don't like is how far this door swing comes into my drawing. That's a little bad. So let me go back and look at this. Plus the swing, they actually swing in opposite directions when you're opening them. So I'll go back to here. I'll select the door. I'll swap the swing. And I only want the 2D swing to be at 45 degrees. So I will go ahead and change that to be 45. And then the door swing only opens 45 degrees. These doors give you a little bit more editable aspects to set your drawings up to have them look a little different. Okay? So that's one of the other reasons I like to use these doors. Believe I can also go in and say, let's make this 30 degrees. And then it closes up just a little bit more. On a tight drawing, it's good to do that. Okay? As you go back and start looking at a drawing or a design, you want things to line up. You don't want kind of funky jogs and things like that in your drawing. Okay? This wall goes all the way through this house, straight through, which is good. You want nice straight walls when you need to do construction and build, so it goes all the way through. What I'll do back here in Revit is because I have this wall designed and put in the right spot, I'm just going to click on this wall and drag it all the way across the house. And what that's done is it's now started to give me space to start dealing with the remainder of this design, over here. So we got a bedroom, we've got a bath and a shower area here with a little seat in the shower, so I can start building out the rest of this space. Here this is saying it's 4 feet wide. It's got a door. We're going to have a little bath, little toilet here, and the rest so we can start building that in. So we'll jump back here to Revit. I'll go ahead and delete the door, delete the window, and then we can start roughing in the rest of the walls because the bathroom has a door here. And the shower unit, well, we could go get a 3D shower and drop that in there, and then start adding our toilet and the sinks and the cabinets and all the rest of the information here. All right, hope that helps you work through getting started with this assignment. We'll take a look here at adding some aspects to this bathroom in the next video.